Hi, I'm Tim Tuller, canon for music at St. John's Cathedral. I'm going to say just a couple of words about the music for this Sunday. This Sunday, the opening prelude is a prelude and fugue in G major by Felix Mendelssohn. Mendelssohn was one of the great German composers of the 19th century, and he was actually very popular in England. He was good friends with Queen Victoria and Prince Albert and would often give them private recitals and would teach them music. And he was really popular all throughout England during the 1830s and 1840s time period. He was kind of a polymath. He was not only a great composer, he was also a wonderful instrumentalist, a pianist, an organist, a great dancer, as I understand it, a painter, spoke many languages. Basically, he was good at everything he ever attempted. He also was known for revitalizing and rediscovering the music of J.S. Bach during his lifetime, both Bach's organ music and Bach's choral music. And his prelude and fugue for organ were written around 1839, and they're based on models by J.S. Bach. Prelude and fugue is a genre of composition that was very popular in Bach's time, but by Mendelssohn's time, it would have been considered very old-fashioned. However, Mendelssohn breathed new life into this genre by adding a great deal of 19th century lyricism and melody to the form. The offertory anthem this Sunday is a motet entitled Surge Illuminare by William Byrd, who was one of the great, not only one of the great English composers of the late 16th and early 17th centuries, he's truly one of the great composers of all time, by any standards. He wrote an incredible amount of music, especially choral music, and he was a Catholic in England during a time period of great religious strife, and when being an open Catholic was not always a safe thing to be. He fortunately enjoyed the favor of Queen Elizabeth I, who probably protected him from persecution for being a Catholic. He wrote, like I said, an enormous amount of music, and his Surge Illuminare is a motet sung in Latin for Epiphany that was actually published in 1607 in a large group of compositions entitled the Gradualia, which contained an enormous number of choral compositions. The postlude this week is entitled Prelude on Hyfrydl by the Canadian composer Healy Villan. He was the organist and choir director for many years at the Church of St. Mary Magdalene, which is an Anglo-Catholic church in Toronto. And he set incredibly high standards for music there. He was a wonderful organist, improviser, and composer. The Prelude on Hyfrydl is a straightforward setting of the tune by that same name. It's a Welsh tune, Hyfrydl, and it's very popular in Anglican churches. We sing it all the time. Love divine, all loves excelling. It's that tune. And that's actually the tune for the final hymn this Sunday. And so after the final hymn, you'll hear me go into this postlude based on the same tune, which uses that melody. And Willan brings the melody out in large, long notes in the trumpet, which I'll be playing on the trumpet on Shemad on the back organ that you'll hear very clearly. But the notes will be drawn out, so you have to kind of tune your ear to it. But if you listen carefully, you'll see that it's the same tune that we will have just sung the final hymn to. I hope you enjoy the music this week.